So, ladies and gentlemen, there has been a new mass gun confiscation plan that has been rolled out by none other than California.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta and San Diego City leaders are preparing to expand the city's aggressive campaign to prevent gun violence, including to make sure that court orders are implemented and enforced.
Bonta stressing the importance of protective orders and praising San Diego for using them more than any other jurisdiction in the state. At Tuesday's press conference, city leaders announcing the San Diego region is receiving more than $4 million in state grant funds to expand this effort.
Now, obviously, if you live in California, this directly affects you, but I think it's important for everyone to know about it, including people like me who live in Texas or New York or wherever, because what happens with this is states see it and they say, oh, wow, maybe we should do that. And there are already a lot of states who do this. So if you were unaware of what a red flag law is, it's pretty simple. It's the government's fancy word for gun confiscation. It's to where if the government or somebody deems you as a dangerous individual, they can send law enforcement out to your house or wherever you're at to make you give them your firearms. Gun confiscation. You didn't commit a crime. If you committed a crime, they would be arresting you and not your guns. So you didn't commit a crime, you didn't do anything bad, it's just they are saying that you're dangerous. Now, a lot of the times these are done by ex-girlfriends. They're done by people who want to get back at someone. They'll make an anonymous call in. Hey, I think this guy's dangerous. He lives at blank, blank, and blank. You should probably go get his guns. It really is that simple. And as you're going to hear in this interview today, they're going to say that they are requiring due process in order to do this. It's crap. And I'll tell you why it's crap and why nobody should believe that. If someone really thinks that you're a dangerous person, do you think that they're waiting to send law enforcement out there because they don't have a court order or due process? No. If they deem you as a dangerous individual, they're not waiting, they're going. So here's California rolling out this new program.
In San Diego alone, GVROs have helped us to take 3,700 weapons off of the streets.
Okay, let's stop for a second. Do you mean the streets? Like the streets of San Diego? Like gangbangers? Or do you mean you red flagged 3,700 people and went to their homes and collected their firearms? What do you mean? Because last time I checked, sunny San Diego, it's not a place where there is a absolutely crazy amount of crime. Sure, there might be little gangs and all that, but it's one of the most expensive places to live in all of America.
I am proud to announce that our region has received more than $4 million in state grant funds, and that this funding will lead to one of the most significant expansions of gun violence prevention work in California since GVRO laws passed 10 years ago. My office refers to this effort as Gun Violence Prevention 2.0. The grant funds will help us better identify dangerous people so that we can get court orders requiring them to surrender their firearms.
Now, understand that these are people who have not been convicted of anything. These are simple court orders or warrants for law enforcement to go take their guns. Now, I would never, ever, ever want to be a police officer who's handed one of these warrants and says, hey, go get this guy's guns, especially if they're deeming them a dangerous individual, because what do you say? What do you say to somebody when you walk up to their house? Let me just get my paper out, sir. You have been deemed a dangerous individual by our tyrannical government, so we are here to collect your guns, okay? Please don't shoot me. What do you say? Or do you go in there all big and tough? Oh, you're dangerous, dude. Give me your guns. How does law enforcement even do these? Shouldn't there be somebody in every police department who's like, no, dude, we got to uphold the Constitution. This is unconstitutional. We're not going to go on this little errand for whatever woke person is in this office saying that we got to go collect this person's guns. So look, clearly this is a tyrannical action against the Second Amendment, our firearms. And it brings up a really good point. If they're going after our guns simply for, I don't know, them deeming us to be a dangerous person, what do you think they're going to do if you actually have to use it? Especially in a place like California, New York, wherever. Even if it's self-defense, they're going to arrest you and charge you. They're going to treat you like a murderer. And that's why I recommend Attorneys on Retainer to everyone. Attorneys on Retainer is led by Mark J. Victor. He's a Marine. When you get arrested and charged for self-defense, you're most likely going to be charged with something that causes a very high bail amount. To defend yourself in court with a decent attorney, it's probably going to cost over $100,000, and that's being conservative. The way Attorneys on Retainer works is it covers everything for you. It covers your bail hearing, your bail, any questioning, any deals before the trial. If there's no deal, your trial, expert witnesses. And if you take a plea deal or you're convicted, there's no recoupment clause for all the money that they spent defending you, like some of these other insurance companies have. So we're giving you $50 off your individual sign up. There's going to be a link and code below the video. Go join AOR. Make sure your freedom is protected.
Not just to GVROs, but to all California gun prohibiting civil orders. And then, with the assistance of the newly formed San Diego Countywide Gun Relinquishment Task Force, we will make sure that the firearms are surrendered.
Gun Relinquishment Task Force. What the fuck does that mean? Let me look it up. I didn't find anything on it. I found zero information on it. But what I can tell you is it sounds like just a squad of woke-ass police officers who are like, yeah, we get to go collect people's guns? Yes, I'm gonna be a yes, sir. Yes, sir, I will go get this person's guns, even though they're not charged with anything, they haven't been convicted. What kind of crap is this? Now, if you're in California and you're like, oh God, thank God this is only in San Diego, listen to this jackass.
Today is a day to celebrate the expansion of that work, of that impact that San Diego has already had in the city, and now it's going regional. Full use of all 9 of the protective orders that remove firearms from folks who, after due process and a court order, have been deemed to be too dangerous and unsafe to have the firearms.
Oh, you're going regional with it. I have one last thing to say. California is one of the most regulated places in terms of firearms in the country. Does it concern anyone in the government over there that y'all have to continue to add to your already humongous list of gun control? Does that concern you? I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. When you try something in life and it continuously doesn't work, right? You try to control guns, it doesn't work. Places with the strictest gun laws, they still have the highest rate of shootings and crimes with guns. So if you have those analytics, why don't you try something different? Why don't you go up and have a press conference and say, this year, we are going to have no gun laws in California. And we encourage every morally good person out there to carry a gun and to watch your neighbor's back. If you see someone in a store walk in with a gun, it is on you to take his head off and to save the child in the frozen food section. It's on you. Why not do that? Every single criminal out there would be shitting their pants before they go into a store to rob it because they know that now it's the citizen's responsibility. But no, of course y'all won't do that. It's not woke. It's giving responsibility to citizens when you want it all for yourself in the government. Except y'all don't do anything.